Welcome to Islamic Life Coach School Podcast. Apply tools that you learn in this podcast and your life will be unrecognizably successful. Now your host, Dr. Kamal Akhtar.
Hello, you guys. Peace and blessings be upon all of you. I'm here to show you your power again this lovely morning. I feel empowered is a word that gets thrown around a lot. It has a revised use in recent years, but are you actually practicing empowerment? That is the real question here. My goal as a coach is not to tell you what to do. That would be giving advice. If you want to know what to do, you would be going to your best friend or your mother. My job as a coach is to show you that you know what to do because you have a powerful mind. Today, we talk about staying in the zone of empowerment. This is what I call an area where you actually take control of your life. Optimally, we should stay in the zone of empowerment, although very frequently we leave that zone, and it is a constant practice to come back to it. If you're blaming anything or anyone outside of you for your results, you are not in the zone of empowerment. If you're blaming the social and political unrest for the result you are creating for yourself as a Muslim, you have left the zone of empowerment. You say, I cannot lose weight, blaming diet plans and failing exercise plans. You've left the zone of empowerment. You say you're too busy, blaming you don't have enough time. Also, you have left the zone of empowerment. In each case, the power belongs to an outside force. I'm going to tell you my definition of empowerment and then I will give you shortcuts to it. Sounds simple enough, right? My definition is, empowerment is exercising your agency to sharpen your area of intelligence. Let me break it down. What do I mean by that? I'm going to describe two concepts here that are intelligence and agency. Let's start with intelligence. If you're in a position where you'd rather not be bothered with empowerment, it might be because you don't believe you have anything valuable to offer to the world, because you're not smart enough, or because you're not as intelligent as the rest of the people. So why bother with empowerment if you don't have anything to work towards, right? Might as well stay a victim. Oh my God, no. Your intelligence is yours, not anyone else's. It's like comparing apples to oranges. If your intelligence tells you to grow vegetables, do that. If your intelligence tells you to organize until your house looks like it belongs in a magazine, do that. If it tells you to program video games, do exactly that. If your intelligence tells you to rear God-conscious children, please do it. If it tells you to land on Mars, please go ahead. And please get in touch with NASA because they're looking for you. Don't compare your intelligence with anyone else's. Focus on finding your empowerment and sharpening the area of your intelligence. Everyone has some version of intelligence. Notice here I didn't say anything about your IQ, which is a very specific measure of a type of intelligence, and it has come under scrutiny recently because of that limitation. Howard Gardner came out with a theory of multiple intelligences in 1983, where he described at least 8 different types of intelligences: verbal linguistic, logical mathematical, visual spatial, musical, naturalistic, bodily kinesthetic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal. But these days, even that is being questioned because of the digital era. People are questioning if digital intelligence is its own entity. I totally believe it because my son has a much higher digital intelligence than me. He self-taught Python at the age of 10 when I didn't even know it was anything other than a type of a snake. It turns out it's a programming language as well. So the point is that intelligence differs from person to person. If you do not meet today's society's most accepted criteria of intelligence, does not mean that you're not intelligent. Why am I telling you about intelligence in a podcast about empowerment? And that is because through empowerment, you can practice your specific type of intelligence. And with that, you will create value that no one else can. Practice your intelligence through empowerment, and you get to create your own experience of life, which is true freedom. This is you exercising agency, which is your right as a free human being. So that brings me to the second concept that I use to define empowerment, and that is the concept of agency. This is the right that Allah gave us. When someone limits our life, they are seemingly taking our agency away. This is why we feel trapped. This is why when you tell your growing children to do something with their lives, that they don't want to do, they immediately object, especially if it's not in line with their intelligence. And in worst case scenario, they rebel. So respect your agency, respect your children's agency from a place of love, not from a place of control. Even if someone seems like they're taking control of your agency, know that the power is always within you in the shape of your thoughts. It seems very easy that people in position of power can take your agency away, and I don't mean in political power, people in your personal life even, like your parents, older siblings, boss, your teacher. That is why there's so much more accountability for all of us in positions of power. So we have to keep in check if we are abusing our power over another human being. Ironically, most of us abusing our power in personal relationships do it unconsciously and out of ignorance, because we don't know that our position can have that effect on others. But in this case, ignorance is not bliss. We will be held accountable, no matter if we are in a position of power, subconsciously taking someone's agency away, or if we are on the receiving end of that treatment, that our agency is being taken away. We will be held accountable for what we did to help our situation. So awareness is the key. Work on becoming aware of your thoughts through life coaching, because if you have the capacity to think, you will be held accountable. That brings me to the third and the final topic of accountability. So in some cases, people avoid empowerment because if they took on that responsibility, they would have to take accountability for their life's experience. So in other words, empowerment equals agency leading to accountability. Avoiding empowerment and blaming circumstances, staying in victim mode, saying, I would do more if I had this resource. I can't go to work because I don't have a car. You are avoiding accountability for your results. You might be doing it subconsciously, but you're still doing it. This way, if you avoid accountability, you don't have any results to be held responsible for. Or at least that's what the mind feeds us. The reality is that we are accountable for whatever we create in our lives, even if we create no result at all. So gain empowerment because accountability is coming. It looks like it might be far away in the shape of death or day of judgment, but it's still coming either way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises accountability for the smallest actions and inactions. One thing I want to clarify here is what is it that you actually have agency over? And by agency, I mean control. What is it that you have control over? This might sound strange, but I'm going to tell you that even your own body is not in your control. And I don't mean motor control. You can pick up a glass of water and take a drink, but you can still get sick, and the response to that illness is out of your control. COVID-19 is the prime example of that. People otherwise healthy have seen debilitating consequences from this disease. That is not in your control. So let's talk about the extreme case scenario. What if you have a special ability since birth, which some people also call a disability? Or what if you became specially abled from an accident? In these scenarios, it is clear that you don't have control over your body. We can even lose bodily functions that we take granted for. So by agency, I mean to focus on only things that are under your control and nothing outside of that. In this case, that is only our mind. Seems like the body that houses the mind is something in our control, but that is also an illusion. Anyone with a special needs situation, it is very easy for them to stay out of the zone of empowerment because the society agrees that a great injustice is happening. That will not serve you. Only your mind will serve you. So you don't have to agree with people feeling sorry for you. That's their way of showing empathy. You start working on your empowerment. If you're struggling to find your empowerment, you're finding it challenging to accept that your special needs child is not causing your result, or your special needs is not causing your result in life, please get in touch with me at islamiclifecoachschool.com or islamiclifecoachschool@gmail.com. Empowerment equals agency, and since accountability for that agency is inevitable, you might as well become empowered. I mean, what's the confusion here, right? Pay attention to what steps you're taking to gain awareness. So let's revisit the definition. Empowerment is exercising your agency to sharpen your area of intelligence. The shortcut to this empowerment lies in the understanding that you have agency over your thoughts. You can choose between lower brain and higher brain thoughts at any given time. Any physical limitations, abusive situation, financial constraints do not control your thoughts. You control your thoughts. Once you exercise that agency, you are empowered. That is the shortcut. Now use this empowerment to feed the area of intelligence and create the life of your dreams. I feel like I keep giving out secrets to life on this podcast, but inshallah, everyone listening will benefit. That is the goal here. Please keep me in your du'as. And I also request, if anything here has helped you, please write me a review on iTunes. I want all of the Muslim women to discover these secrets, and your reviews will help get this message to them. So please, if this podcast has made a difference in your life at any level, take a few minutes to write me a review, and inshallah, you will be rewarded for the intention to help the Ummah, and rewarded manyfold. I want to make a special prayer for everyone on this path of awareness. I ask that Allah put barakah in this path and that He provides us guides that take us closer to Him through this journey in life. I pray for all of Muslim Ummah and the mankind at large to become aware of their own agency and to step out of trying to control others' agency. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide me first of all in the quest of recognizing that everyone has free will and God-given rights. I pray that I can show up for the people I'm responsible for, not from a place of control, but from a place of understanding and love. I pray for forgiveness for any mistakes I might have made in this path. I pray for forgiveness for everyone listening and for everyone not listening that are on this path. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal for strength and insight into this journey, and I ask that He keeps sending us tools and methods to discover His design. I will talk to you guys next time. If you're interested in getting coached by me, I'm offering a very affordable opportunity to do that with Wisdom Wednesdays. This is not a course, not a lecture. This is an opportunity for live coaching, real change with Islamic adab and etiquette. You do not need more information. You actually need a space to create change. At $19.99 a month, which is the price of takeout dinner, you as a Muslim woman will create confidence, intimacy, and connection without shame or fear of judgment, because your privacy is my highest priority. So join at www.islamiclifecoachschool.com, resources, Wisdom Wednesdays. I'll see you inside, inshallah.